But it grew big and fast, and I ended up taking all this brand new furniture, and I'd have it in every consignment shop within a 50-mile radius up and down the coast. And I literally was pulling in 15 grand a month, not profit, but pretty good profit. And I'd post it on the marketplace and on Craigslist, and I'd sell $300 a day profit while I was sitting home playing Call of Duty. And then I'd have a garage sale or an estate sale that weekend. I'd do $1,000 every weekend. I'm like, dude, this is the fucking life.
Welcome back to Movified. I'm your host, Mark Hirschi. Woo! Owner of Sam's Moving Stores located in beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia. And then we're going to shoot over to Stephen Reed, my co-host with ReadyRolls.com, Big League Movers out of Memphis, Tennessee. What's up, Stephen?
Memphis. I just want to give a shout out to Mark of Ellis.
Oh, yes. Do I have to now always say like welcome because it's Sam and us?
Yeah. You just got to figure out what's 1 and 2. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make a list of all the different acquisitions that I keep acquiring. And then today we're very happy to welcome Chad Coatney with Master Movers out in Venice, Florida. What's up?
What's up? What's up? Thank you for having me. We're Master Movers, the movers with manners. Okay, we're not just.
I love that domain name. Yeah, it's great.
We are not just delivering a move, but we are delivering a moving experience that you can feel good about at the end of the day.
If you recognize this handsome fellow, he is also the co-founder of the Tying Up training, the Tying Retreats. You might have seen him in a gladiator form, shirts off, posing. There's the helmet right there. Chad is, I love to say he's like the boy wonder, because I bet you if we kind of go backwards like 5-6 years compared to where you are now, I mean, it is amazing where you are and the different pockets that your hands keep going into of like what, has evolved and grown and why so many people know who you are and where you attribute a lot of your success.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, if you know the story, which I guess I'm going to tell you now, I mean, it is pretty amazing. Yeah, it's pretty amazing from where I was, where I am now. So I am year 11 in business, started this thing. Yeah, I dropped out of college after 1 year because I wanted to quit wasting my dad's money. I was literally like going to a community college, and my dad was doing investment properties at the time. And he thought it was a good idea to buy us a house, that he was going to have an investment property. And I had 4 of my high school buddies come and live with me. Well, I had the first fraternity house that this community college has ever seen. And it was
no doubt. One of the founding members.
Yeah. So I decided I wanted to quit wasting his money and decided to move to Florida. And my mom and her boyfriend ran an auction company here in Venice. And I started working for them, and they paid me $8 an hour. And that wasn't enough money for me to survive on my own. So I would see these guys that they were retired. Hey, buddy, I'm on him soon. I see these guys that were retired. They go garage sailing, estate sailing. They'd go buy furniture. They'd bring it to the auction. They would flip it for more money. And I'm like, ting, I'm actually picking up the furniture, bringing it to the auction, holding it up as the auctioneer sells it. So I'm seeing what everything's selling for. So I'm getting a good idea of what the value of the furniture is. So I'm like, let me give that a shot. So I ended up, I had a little pickup truck. I went out garage sailing. The first weekend, I bought a couple bedroom sets and a sofa table. And I ended up making more money flipping those items at the auction than I did working 2 weeks at the auction. And I was like, okay. I immediately put in my resignation letter, and I am like off to the races, because I'm thinking, what if I put 40 hours a week into this instead of just 2 days?
And if you know Chad, and by the end of this episode, if you don't, you know that he really means immediately. As soon as he saw that dollar, resignation was there. He was on to it. Yeah.
I chased the money. So anyway, I ended up quitting, and the first thing I did was I bought these red lettered white signs that said, I buy, sell, and move furniture. And I would put them out on the busy street corners every weekend, and I would answer the phone calls and set up my stops to go look at furniture. I'd negotiate everything down with the people, and I'd go and I'd flip it at the auction. And this actually like grew really quickly to me doing that to buying brand new closeout deals from a furniture dealer. Like I was buying 25 stressless chair and ottomans for like $150 a pop. I was buying 10 bedroom sets for like $250 a pop.
Was it a company name or is it personal brand at that time?
This was all like closeouts. Like one was, I mean, they were a decent name in the furniture business.
Yeah. But what about you? Were you selling it with your personal brand or did you have a company name?
I didn't have a company named Law. I buy, sell, and move furniture. That was my company name. But it grew big and fast, and I ended up taking all this brand new furniture, and I'd have it in every consignment shop in a 50-mile radius up and down the coast. And I literally was pulling in 15 grand a month, not profit, but pretty good profit from putting all this furniture in these consignment stores, all these different ones. And then I would sit at home and I'd post it on the marketplace and on Craigslist, and I'd sell $300 a day profit while I was sitting home playing Call of Duty. And then I'd have a garage sale or an estate sale that weekend. I'd do $1,000 every weekend. I'm like, dude, this is the fucking life. Well, then I got a call from a furniture store, big 30,000 square foot furniture store, and they wanted me to do their deliveries. So I'm like, yeah, sure. I never turned down an opportunity. So I go down to, it's called Hudson's Furniture, and I'm walking through the store and they're showing me everything, and it's like all big, heavy shit. Dual reclining, electric, dual reclining sofa, love seats, big ass furniture. And I'm like, I'm going to need some help. It was only me at the time. So I put an ad on Craigslist and I hired my first employee. I had my first interview set up. It was a guy with 20 years of moving experience. So he shows up in his car. He's a 60-year-old dude. He's got long hair. His name is Ron. Ron shows. Little did I know.
I was picturing Ron. I mean, that sounds like a Ron when you're explaining.
Picturing a Ron.
Long hair, you had me at that Ron.
Well, he's definitely a Ron. I mean, little did I know that he not only rolled up in his car, he rolled up in his house. So he was living out of his car, and he had a pit bull dog. His name was Chance. So I wasn't back then. It was $10 an hour. I'm like, let's go. And Ron and Chance hop in my truck and we go do these deliveries. And they ended up, we were doing that for a while. And I got so busy, I didn't have time to buy and sell furniture like as much as I needed to. So I'm like, and then they opened a second location. That's what kind of got me too busy. So I'm like, I'm going to buy a truck. I'm going to hire another Ron and let these guys go do the deliveries. I'll make that residual income off of that, and I'll do my buying and selling furniture. I was not charging enough money for deliveries. There was not enough money to pay another guy and Ron. And I ended up getting stuck on the truck. That was 11 years ago, and kind of here I am today. But let's talk about getting into the retreats. Year 6, I was like a 3-truck operation. I was wearing all the hats. I was ops manager. I was sales manager. I was, bookkeeper. I was the mover when somebody would call off. I was doing it all, and I was ready to light myself on fire every day, and I think I was charging like $109 an hour for 2 movers, not making any money 6 years ago. I was paying myself 25 grand a year, and I would profit $1,000 a month if everything went well. And it just got to a point, man, where I was just trying to figure it out all on my own. I thought I knew what I was doing. This is my first time being in.
I think that's what we met, right? Around that time.
I think I met you maybe the year after.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out on my own. I'm trying to spend as little bit of money as I can and keep as much money as I can. I'm not spending money on marketing. I'm hiring any Tom, Dick, and Harry that wants to lift heavy shit and put it down every day. And it's just hell. It really is hell. And I got to a breaking point where I was ready to just give up. I think my breaking point might have been, I had my first like overnight job, and my main man, Manny, who's a Puerto Rican. Puerto Ricans love to party, by the way. They're tough to get to show up to work in the morning. So him and a new guy, Raphael, are driving across the state to load up, and then they're going to take the load to Orlando the next day. So I give them per diem. First time I ever did this, I had to call somebody. How does this work? I got to give them $75 each per diem, pay them whatever. So they go over there, and I get a call at it's 2 a.m, and my phone's just blowing up. I'm like, what the fuck? I look, and it's Raphael. I'm like, hello, why are you awake? And he's like, dude, Manny just broke my nose. So they got in a fight in the hotel room. They got drunk and Manny broke his nose. Manny was like an ex-boxer. So I had to drive all the way across the state to get Raphael my truck, take him to the hospital. And I'm driving Manny. I knock on Manny's door. I'm like, let's go, get in the truck. And he already knows, like, I'm pissed. And we drive to Orlando. We have to hire someone to help us unload. And Wade gives me some hired help info, and it's these two guys, and they smelled like absolute butthole. It was just disgusting. They were working really hard, and then at the end of the job, they were like, "We'll see you later. We'll see you later." I'm like, "Okay, don't you want to wait to see if we get a tip or something?" And they're like, "No, we're good. We'll see you later." And then the customer's like, they leave. The customer's like, "Where's my box of booze?" We had a dish pack full that we had full of booze that said booze on it. There's a lesson right there, the gold nugget for everybody. Do not
Red
label
flag.
booze.
Red flags.
And they took the booze. It was actually like $1,000 worth of booze. These people were like some bougie people. And I mean, I get home, I tell Manny this isn't gonna work out. I get out of the truck. As I had my laptop with me because I'm, doing all my admin shit. Drop the laptop on accident, break the laptop. I'm just like, dude, what the fuck am I doing? And I call Wade. I'm like, Wade, this shouldn't be this hard, dude. I'm done. This is not worth my time, not worth the effort. Like, what am I doing wrong? He's like, well, first of all, dude, you got to hire an ops manager. I'm like, I don't even know what I can pay an ops manager. He's like, he gave me some payment structures, stuff like that. And he's like, second of all, we're doing a mastermind in Scottsdale, Arizona. You need to come. I'm like, dude, I can't even leave my business for an hour, let alone a weekend or 4 days, whatever it was. And he's like, that's exactly why you need to be here. And I'm like, all right. And I need to do something. And I was willing to do anything at that point in my life.
Before we ever started using a moving CRM, someone asked me, could you 10X what you're doing right now with the current systems and processes you have in place? And I said, no. And so he was like, well, then you need to just pull the trigger on the software. And then I saw Smart Moving and it was game over.
Austin joined thousands of moving owners on Smart Moving in 2021. Since then, he's more than doubled his business.
And I always compare Smart Moving to Apple products. It's just so simple, so easy to use. And that's really what's allowed my team to scale and now have 2 branches. And last year we scaled Central Coast Moving over 50% growth.
If you're ready to turn your moving company into a machine that drives profit, not chaos, try Smart Moving.
Being found on the second page of Google is literally like having a billboard in the middle of the desert. Your mama ain't gonna see it. No one's gonna see it. You're on the second page of Google, no one's gonna call, no one's gonna book. Here is the deal. If your business is not ranking on the top of Google, that means your competitors are going to be stealing your customers every single day. So at Rotate Digital, we don't play any guessing games. We use data-driven SEO strategies to make sure Google finds you first so that these Google searches turn into your customers, not your competitors' customers. How do we do it? We do it through AI-driven keyword optimization, exclusive blog networks, backlinking strategies, and honestly, the secret stuff, the proprietary lead attribution software. So what do you get as a result? You get not only good marketing, but now you get clarity into what is bringing you more revenue. So if that's something you want to do, you want to make sure your leads find you and not your competition, go ahead and go to rotatedigital.com, schedule a call, and we'll help you take your business to the top of Google.
How are you and Wade intersected at this time?
So Wade actually grew up in Venice. He wasn't born here, but he was raised here.
And for everybody, it's Wade, 2 college brothers.
Wade Swico, yep.
Yep. Hometown Dominator, Amazon, check it out. Shout out to Wade out there. Yeah, Hometown Titan. Yeah.
So Wade saw an article in the newspaper about my moving company in Venice, and he reached out to me and wanted to get lunch and wanted me to go on his podcast. I was too much of a wuss to go on his podcast at the time, but I met up for lunch with him when I was going to Gainesville one day, and we got to talking, and I'm like, man, this guy knows this stuff a lot more than me. So we kept in contact, and that's kind of how I met Wade. And I guess I didn't have anybody. I wasn't talking to anyone else in the moving industry at that time, so he was my only guy I could call, I could relate to. Yeah, I call him. He's like, you got to go, and then he adds me to this group chat in Facebook, and I'm seeing like, whoa, Eric Works, Tim Krupp, Kurt Hintz, Zane Posnetti, like all these guys that I see on MCOU, just like the big dogs everybody looks up to. And now I'm like intimidated because I got like an $800,000 company. These guys have, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6, $10 billion companies. So I'm like, yeah, man, what if they think I'm stupid? What if they don't accept me? What if I am stupid? And, you know, I'm like, whatever, I have to fucking go. So we get on the plane, we get there, and to my surprise, man, everybody welcomed me with open arms. And that was the weekend that changed my life forever. I would not be where I am today without that weekend, without those guys, and without having Titans in my life. I actually get a little choked up thinking about it. Not only did I learn like strategy and like, hey, what these guys are doing for marketing, and it's not somebody trying to sell you shit because these guys are all in the business. It's working for them right now. So we're sharing, you know, strategy and just talking about the journeys and everything like that. And but not only that, I got to see what the top 1%ers actually, how they live their lives. They're all taking care of their bodies. They're eating healthy. They're working out every day. They're always trying to sharpen their minds. They're reading. They're going to conferences. They're networking with each other, you know. And we literally sat around in a circle that weekend for 30 minutes and said, hey, I'm Chad. I have a moving company in Venice, Florida. I have 3 trucks or 4 trucks, whatever it was at the time, do this much in revenue. Boom. Like we went around the circle. That's all we did. But like structure wise, the rest was just like, we sat in the pool for literally like 8 hours and we all just like talked and had beers and we went out to dinner and we got rented buggies and it's a different, I can't even like put a finger on it, but it's something magical happens when you're actually in a relaxed setting with the right people to where you actually can build a bond, a relationship, break down the barriers. It's like the conferences are great, but they're hard, they're fast, they shove everything down your throat. And it's just like at the end, you're like, whoa, this is more like, it's more intimate. It's more, you get more of the juice, you build a relationship and you can actually like carry it on forever. I mean, my friends now are 90% moving company owners because you guys can relate to me more than anybody else. And nobody understands shit we go through besides people like you guys. So I hope that kind of answers.
And it's so true too. Like you get your high school friends or the guys that you grew up with and everything, and they might have their own businesses and it's great to, you know, hang out, share a drink, you know, connect. But when it gets down to like the depth of trying to grow your business, trying to understand the processes that you have in play to associate yourself, when they say, you know, in order to grow as a business owner, so keep it like a group of 5 in like your inner circle. And those that are ready, like just like you were saying, hey, I was part of this group text and I'm looking at these guys and going, holy shit, you know, like I this is where I want to be. And that's the people I want to circle myself with. And especially in the industry that we're in, with having, you know, especially as we're going to lead up to this mastermind that's even coming up in September. And if you are not heading out to St. Petersburg in September for the Titan retreat, go get your ticket. I'm sure that Chad will maybe honor like that $200 discount still off those tickets prices. To expand on this, though, it's these type of conferences and events where you hopefully can find your 5. Right? Find your 2, find your 3, and say, this is where I want to be, and I want to learn, and I want to grow, and be open to the honest truth about your business.
Was this in Arizona?
This was in Scottsdale, Arizona. Yep.
All right, how many guys?
15 guys. And you're saying 5, but I prefer 15 for me. I mean,
it's 15 guys. We actually expanded. I got voted in right after that trip. Luckily.
Yeah. Luckily,
we expanded a little bit. I think when we were at 20, or is that the spots that we had, or we're still in that group.
Like 16 to 18, and never got bigger than that. I mean, guys we were doing, for those, okay, get back up. So after that retreat, I hit the ground running and I implemented my ass off. I opened a 10,000 square foot storage like 2 months later. I didn't even have any storage customers. I freaking had all my new marketing stuff going on. I went balls to the wall. I doubled my business that year, and I So I went from 800 to 1.6 to 2.4 to like 3.9, like the following year. So it was like huge growth, and it was easier. It was easier than freaking doing 800 grand.
Are you a mover looking to make an impact? Discover Moving Letters AI and join the ML Plus Club today. Elevate your customer engagement with the personal touch of handwritten letters.
If you want to take your company to that next level, it's the only way to subscribe. If you're doing anything but Moving Letters AI, you need to get on it. So it's going to take your business to that next level. You're going to see an increase in that revenue. Let's go.
I highly recommend using this company. They're amazing to work with. They even send you an email on how much work they're producing for you.
Don't miss out. Join the revolution and start making moves that matter.
Put a golden damn ticket in there with Moving Letters AI.
If you're considering Snowball, just do it.
Snowball creates done-for-you referral programs for moving companies so you can turn happy customers into new revenue without lifting a finger. And the results speak for themselves.
In less than a year, we've collected over 2,000 referrals.
We generated over $200,000 of revenue that cost about $5,000 to do it.
I believe we have 4 or 5 the very first day.
The companies winning with Snowball are the ones that already care about their customers. We just help turn that into new business through human outreach and customer nurturing.
Snowball is part of the arsenal of tools that I recommend to my clients because it works.
So I'm going to come in. I intersect in the group right after that thing. Eric said, hey, I got this guy I talked to. He just left my market. He's crazy. He's got wild ideas. I don't think he sleeps. He did a proper warnings. Yeah, he did a proper warnings. He's like, but dude, he helps me out a lot, and I think everybody can gain a lot out of this. And so I got in this group. I think it was Land of Misfit Toys at the time.
Yeah.
Chad and Wade were talking about how incredible the trip was, and they were going to make it a lot more pointed. And they wanted to try something out with our group and expand it with me in the group and a couple others that were voted in. And so I got in the story there, and I was just inspired off the bat. I didn't talk to anybody at this time in the moving industry. I talked to the couple of those guys that were in that group that brought me in, but that was it. I was a silent warrior in MCOU, right? Just learning a shit ton from Lauren, who was in the group. Shout out to Lauren. I think I told him that when I got in. But man, it was such an inspiration to hear about this trip and this retreat and this idea from Chad and Wade and how they were going to put on steroids and really talk about business and put this thing together. And I'll get a little teary eyed at this point. That next event that we put in, and we talked a lot in that group. It was it 8 months after y'all put on the event yeah. And so, man, I went out there never really talking to other moving company owners. My buddy Brian, he got COVID literally the day before because we went early. And had to fly. That was when it was in the height. I mean, it just had started. And man, I went out there and I just said, I'm going to dress it down and share what I've been through and what I've learned and kind of what I did. And I was so thankful to do that. I think I might've got teary eyed when I was telling you my story. And so like, man, they had a bartender. We had a couple of days and it was, man, I met my best friends. Like Chad calls me. We might not have talked in 2 months, but we're picking up the phone, like-minded individuals. And boy, we might have a 7-minute conversation and both of us are just working for each other. How can I help you? Here's what I can help you with. Here's where we go with, like, we haven't missed a thing. And it's an incredible thing. And I'll let Chad kind of finish the story, but I want to insert there and say, from what Chad did with Tighten Up, you'll hear me so passionate about it. You'll hear me make plans to be there every September as I promised him because it changed my life. Like meeting that core 20, we've been pretty much inseparable and all growing. None of us, we've been through bad shit and we've helped each other out. But all of us have grown and our lives are so much better from meeting each other at this retreat. So I'm passionate about hyping it up and being there every September.
And I wanna actually go a little bit on top of that too, is not only are you learning the things that are working for everybody and how they live in their real life. You're learning about the struggles they went through so you can avoid making the same mistakes, especially from Stephen Reed. He's ran into every wall there is, and he'll tell you about it. And you can save yourself from lots of time and money and aggravation from listening to people like that. So, but yeah, that first retreat that Wade and I threw, we had no idea what the hell we were doing. We're like, dude, we rented a mansion that was on the water in Tierra Verde, Florida. It was beautiful. It was $25,000 for the weekend is what we had to pay for that place. We had a private chef, private bartender. We had the casino guys come in and set up like casino night. Like
I had my own pool house out there. I had my own little pool house in the middle of the
you had
pool.
your own little pool house. But
Yeah.
it was, and you brought industry specific speakers in, and they had a theater room there that we were having the presentations in, and we rented slingshots for the day. We drove around St. Pete. Like it was badass. Like we set the tone on that one.
I would recommend that too. If you ever have somebody visiting, like, and Chad, we should do this next time we go to each other's city. But like that slingshot thing, I thought it was corny. I was with Blake. Blake and I are forever joined at the hip when we see each other and talk on the phone because we spent that time together. Like any trip you take with another business owner, go get a cool car or something and just drive down, because it forces you just to talk about where you're at and who you are and those things. So it's such a cool exercise. We got slingshots and just drove around. St. Pete, beautiful place.
Yeah, the only thing that sucks about St. Pete and slingshots is the traffic, because I rented them in like Vegas, and it's a lot more fun. You can rip through the desert with those things, so highly recommend that. But yeah, Rob showed up in a Bentley.
Just ripping.
That was cool. So
yeah,
man,
Rob showed up in Bentley.
That's kind of where it all started, and then we did. I think
and that's the OG Titans. That's who we classify ourselves as, the OGs of that group that's still going on Facebook.
Yeah, and we did like 4 or 5 of those. I do have to, I have to bring this one moment up. That, remember the one we did in Bradenton on the river? And then we had to release. And
I was so embarrassed because my insurance guys came right then. And they didn't know what to, they came in like suits. You know, they sponsored the event or whatever. They came right then, and I'll let him explain what the relay race was. Yeah.
But I was talking about the actual like the paddleboard where I was like, I was the underdog. Ed was like a rower, an Olympic rower or something in college, and I was coming behind, giving it everything I got, and I freaking schooled his ass. No offense, Ed, love you, but I still got the gold. But
actually, whoa.
Oh, don't even go there.
Whoa.
Don't even go there.
All right. I mean, he may claim gold, but there's gold on my dresser right now from that event. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. Ed, I was on Ed's team. I was blessed.
Tomato. Anyway, so we had relay races and stuff, but it kind of started in these Airbnbs, and then it kind of got to a point where too many people wanted to come, and people weren't loving the sharing rooms, and you never know like the quality of the Airbnb just from looking at pictures online. So we're like, we got to step it up a notch, and we hired Faith, and she's been a godsend.
Shout out to Faith.
Shout out to Faith for sure.
Me and Wade would still be having some Airbnbs, but we ended up renting, I think it was a room at the, where's that hotel we do it at? I forget the name of it. It's the JW Marriott. That was the first, we did one there, and we had 55 people show up. And we're like, holy shit. I mean, it's just a little room they were in there, but we brought the heat. I mean, Wade and I came out like dancing and to what's the Rob guy's name with the awesome music, whatever. So we had 55 people show up, and we had 80%.
I remember picturing it. I'm picturing it in my head. Y'all jumping up
like
and down.
Because I'm hungry.
Yeah.
We had 55
DJ Scuba?
DJ Scuba
next
was
year.
there. And everybody loved it, man. They were like blown away. They're just like, this is freaking amazing. Everybody had their own room.
Organized.
About bathrooms and rooms and toilet paper and stuff like that.
Amazing speakers. Everybody's learning from each other.
Yep. And then 80% of the people signed up for the next one that we haven't even planned yet. So, and then the next one we had, like 250 people. The next one we had 300 people. This one we're already at 300. We're hoping we get to 350, 400 people.
Let's
So,
go get your tickets, people. Because there is a Movified guy that might be there speaking, and a Movified live shows going on at that time too, on this September retreat.
In the last couple of retreats, we had to do what we had to do to fill seats. We were given deals at the end, just like, dude, we got to make sure we get everybody there. This year, we're like, you know what? No discounts. We proved ourselves. It's proof of concept. Everybody knows it's a great time. It's going to be great information. This is the moving event you need to be to. So we're not giving any discounts no matter what, even if you ask me, Mark, no. So this is going to be a great one.
Let's go through some.
I tried, everybody. I tried. Yeah, let's talk.
You got a big name out there.
So yeah, this one I really wanted to keep it more moving industry specific. So we have a ton of moving company owners that are going to be speaking and really relating to the crowd. I'm super excited about the panel. We're going to do like a high level moving company owner panel. So bring your questions. And last time we did it for an hour, and I could see like nobody wanted it to end. So we're going to extend this thing as long as everybody wants to go. We have Brad Lee, who is, he's a very high net worth individual, great guy. He created Lightspeed, which is the platform that Tighten Up Training is hosted on. And Grant Cardone and Andy Indiella both use Lightspeed for their training platforms. So he's going to be speaking, bringing the fire. I'm actually speaking this year. I usually don't speak. I got into this thing, just doing this in an Airbnb, and now Wade wants me to speak in front of 300 people or 400 people. So it's a little intimidating for me, but I'm going to freaking crush it. I've been practicing.
You're going to crush it. You'll kill it.
No, I'm excited for it. I'm ready to check it off the bucket list, and then I'm going to tell Wade, listen, this is my one time. We're going to let other people speak from after that.
So we got to get that ticket now. This is Chad's one time to give it through.
It's the one and only. If you want to see me speak, I might choke up there. If you're into seeing people fail, get your ticket now. But no, it's going to be a lot of fun. And Wade's setting up a pickleball tournament for all you pickleballers out there.
There's other speakers. There's other speakers.
Like you, Stephen Reed's going to be bringing the heat.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that. I didn't know. I didn't know if you were going to mention that.
Stephen Reed's going to be bringing the heat as he always does.
I'm back on the panel, and Chad's giving me time.
We had to give him 30 this year just because we know he's long-winded. Okay,
a little bit.
So really, it's 15 minutes, but we know it's going to be 30 minutes.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, we tell him 15, and then it's only going to be
exactly.
Well, I got to share on the panel last year, which I was so nervous, and I'm so thankful for the moving industry for accepting my Memphis mumble up there. Chad encouraged me. He said, "Do it."
Well, I think that's what now it's got you into the Movified pod. Now you're everywhere. You were nervous.
Oh yeah. I met with Mark there to talk about the Movified podcast there on that side. So Titan's instrumental to me. I'm out there shaking hands, kissing babies, and I'm extending my network, and that I love it. I want more of what Chad and Wade have done. I want more relationships that have impacted my life, and that's why I'm so passionate about going there. And you won't see me sleep too much because I want to embrace every moment while I'm there. So
and we've talked about this on the podcast, and when I had you and Wade on the podcast after last year's retreat, as kind of like a debrief and talk about it. One of the big things I noticed was a lot of first timers. The first timers that haven't come to this event. It can be a lot. I'm telling you right now, if you went to just if you're part of maybe a van line, or you've been to some of the ATA conferences, your local state conferences, if you're part of the chambers, this is nothing. It's nothing. That is nothing compared to what you're about to walk into. But I tell it every single year when we go out to this Titan retreat. If you have no one to talk to, come see me at my booth.
Yeah.
Me or Steven, if you run into Chad, we will stop and introduce you to whoever you want, or if you want to get someone, don't feel that you should be I'm just going to hang out with myself.
Don't go back to the room.
If you're nervous, or something, just come out and find me.
Now,
Come go
John,
meet your friend in
Yeah.
Tampa that you know. Come embrace the moving industry. Come talk to us.
Go to the
I'm not a
workout.
huge drinker, but you'll find me at the bar just talking to everybody, right? On that side, I'm ready to meet, like
We're-
embrace the whole time. You know?
go to the workouts in the morning, do the
Yeah.
pickleball tournaments, there's
Yeah.
a ton of, like, the day one on Wednesday, we're opening it up at like noon. So come early, and we're gonna
Man,
have
the amount of workout groups that come in moving industry on this side too. I see so many that meet at y'all's workouts every year, and then they have little groups where I'm seeing their stories. They're connecting with each other. They're challenging each other, and they're raising the bar. It's such a unique for all parties too.
I
like,
never got a gold
Yeah.
medal, but I did beat Chad in a race. I will
Did you?
always hold him to that. In one of the first years, I
Was it the wheelbarrow one?
when we were running around. When we had the first like morning workouts. We
foot
had like that
race?
final
Dude,
sprint.
you're fast for a big guy, okay?
I am
You're
fast
fast
for a
for a
big
big
guy.
guy.
Those morning workouts are game changers. I remember going to the Moving Army conference that Austin Yarborough was putting on, and one of the guys that came to that event, I looked at him and says, "Didn't I have you over my shoulder at a morning workout at the Titan retreat?" He's like, "Yes, you did." So it's a great way to. This is the great way to connect. Like, come out and work out in the morning. If you're not really having that mindset, that's how you start your day off.
Yeah, I think
Put
we're
your,
doing
out
put
some
your
there.
feet
David
shoes on.
Goggles.
Put your feet shoes like with Brian Slater and get out there.
I think we're doing
Well,
some
that's
David Goggin shit this year. There's gonna be like beach workouts. You're gonna be carrying boats over your head
boy.
into the water.
I
and
want to
stuff like
say too. I want to share
Let's
like
do it.
for anybody intimidating by that, you don't have to go to that. You can just go
No,
to
you
the
don't.
moving side and go
No, you
that
don't.
stuff. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes, you can, but we're highly
Yeah.
trying to push it. We really want
There
that
is
to
some
look
peer pressure. There is some peer pressure on that side. They want you there. They want you embraced. They want you to feel good. It's a part of it, but it's not going to be a mandatory thing if you're worried about that.
Yeah, that actually brings up a memory from the last retreat. I think it was the last one or the one before that. But I met Karsten with Kinetic Movers.
Yeah.
Shout out to
And
Karsten, the man.
Shout out, buddy.
I met
Another
him.
student of the game.
I met him at the workouts, and like he just approached me. He's like, "Chad, hey man, heard your podcast, love da." And then like after the event, he's like, "Chad, great event. I have so many questions." And I was driving home. I'm like, "Dude, give me a call." And you know, I just loaded him up with every gold nugget that I had, and the kid took everything, implemented, ran with it, and he's
Bam,
crushing.
bam, 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 and then
He is-
probably
he
caught
is
another
killing it
OG
this year.
and was
Yeah,
like, "What
we
can
got
I
more.
learn?" He is, man. I'm so proud to see it every step of the way, and he's all in the industry too, rooting others up. So shout out to him.
Dude, this is a hard ass industry, and it makes it so much better when we all come together and help each other through anything and everything.
Yeah, and it's
Especially all
not
the
like
struggles.
this isn't a flex. That's what I love about the Titans. It's not a flex.
No.
Look at this is my Rolex. Check out my car. This is more of a hey, I'm here, and it wasn't easy to get here. So let me help you. Listen to me for my faults. This is what I do well, and you'll meet guys, and you know we all have our specialties, but we'll show you. Like you know who's really good at social media? Let me introduce you to Mark. Right.
Yeah.
You know who's really good at valuation? We're going to save that for another episode, but let me get you over here to Chad. You know, and you know who does really good culture things? Let me get you Chad. And it's we work like that. The whole group does. And it grows. Like those 250 people that already signed up, that 83%, they're in the network too. So they're in that same, hey, let me introduce you to this. I've grown this year since I've met this person. And it's a beautiful thing that y'all have done.
Yeah.
For our industry and change the game.
In full disclosure, I'm sure most of you know this already, but Wade and I are not the gurus. We're not like the kingpins of the moving industry. We literally just have been helped so much by being networked with the right individuals that we're trying to give back to everybody else. So we're basically just putting this all together. We're not like, hey, we're going to be the ones speaking to you for 8 hours a day. No, we bring the best of the best to you, and then let the magic happen.
And a huge shout out, obviously, to Chad and Wade and to Faith for instrumenting this. I know putting together from golf tournaments to conferences, you're not making any money off this. I want people to understand, like the ticket prices and everything else go into some of the big hard costs that go involved into the hotel, the rentals, the speakers, everything that goes involved. It is blood, sweat, and tears to put this on and to give back. So huge shout out and a big thank you to you guys for putting this on.
Of course.
So.
And
Thank you.
And I can attribute at least $2 million to that first mastermind I went to in Scottsdale, Arizona. So that's worth a lot more of me than making, money on these tickets.
For sure.
And
Well, another 2 billion of nubbies.
if you're hearing anything too, when you're in that auditorium, get there early, stay late. Don't be in the back of the line. These are things that'll get you to the same places that we are. It's doable. It's doable in Venice, Florida. It's doable in Memphis, Tennessee. It's doable in your community. Right. So it's doable in Vancouver twice. Shout out to Ellis. But yeah, I mean, it's such a, I'm passionate about it. I don't usually get this heightened, but like this is a topic that really did change my life.
Me too.
And then,
family,
and then everybody,
as well.
And then everybody cap off that entire trip if you're staying till Sunday with joining us for the Let's Go Invitational. It will be a golf course, just for the movers and the shakers that are out there that want to hit that,
How do we plan
18
that?
holes.
How do we plan to be a part of that?
How do we plan that? I'll have the link in the description and the details that will be going out there to everybody that want to sign up. It is, we are giving back. It's some of the money that's going in there. It's to raise funds for whatever local communities are out in the Florida area, or those that are, whether it's the Move for Hunger. But, everybody loves a good round of golf. We want to kind of cap off that after you've shaken your way out for all the lessons. It's a nice way to cap off a trip. So make sure that you do sign up for the Let's Go Invitational. The link will be in there as well, too. And also,
let's hit Chad with the lightning round.
Yeah, I love it. Chad.
Yeah. We got a new segment, the lightning round, and we're debuting it on Chad. Brought to you by,
I'm scared.
Brought to you by Big League Movers.
Crazy enough, yesterday, one of my movers was on the way back from Connecticut, 1 hour away from home here in Florida, and gets struck by lightning on the interstate. The truck goes down, totally dead.
No.
Swear to God. Had it towed right to Wade's shop, actually.
Jeez.
Yeah. Crazy.
You're gonna look back to like those things too. Like
what happened? How does that? What happens? What's the damage on that?
I had no freaking clue, but I talked to somebody else. They're like, it probably fried all the electronics. So I mean, I'm gonna take it to Ford and have a look through it and see if it's even worth. I might just turn
into captive. Are you in a normal market?
Normal
on insurance.
Normal.
It should be insurance for sure.
Yeah.
But no, we don't. We don't love insurance claims because they try to drop us.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna get an estimate from Ford first and see if it's like maybe it's not. I think I don't know. I've never had this happen before, so I'm gonna go play the lottery tonight probably.
Yeah. Guys, if you've had that happen, please put in the comments or DM Chad. Give him some "I've been there" moments on that stuff.
All right, I get to hit with first. What's working now in 2025 that wasn't working 2 years ago?
EOS. I have to say EOS. I wasn't using EOS 2 years ago, and I've been using it now for about 2 years. It's always pissed me off. All these moving titans, they're like, they get this new idea and they're like, boom, it's already implemented, done in there, like happening, working. And I'm like, guys, hurry up. Like, let's get this shit done.
Yeah.
Like, and we had no organization, no structure. It was just fucking madness. So I hired an EOS coach for a year. It was like $35,000 and got the system down. We got the L10 meetings dialed in, and now we have our quarterly rocks that we live by, and we break them down into our weekly to-dos, and like we live by our L10 meeting, vacation or death, we're going to be there. And it's really helped us like keep momentum going. Something else that's worked well for us.
For everybody listening that doesn't know what EOS is, what they need to get the book, Traction. All right.
Traction.
And read about how to manage that.
Get the book, What the Heck is EOS? It's about this big, and it's like
nice
$4.
Yeah. And that's the one that introduces you. And then if you fall in love with it, I got a self plug here, but if you fall in love with it, gets you a VA. You can save a lot of money. We train on an EOS integrator in your business. So holler at us at Ready Rolls. It's really expensive to get an integrator, and we're training.
Oh, are you
VAs to be able to do that? Yes.
That's freaking awesome. I mean, hey, $6,000 a meeting is what it costs me to
That's what I
use.
mean. And so you got a one-time fee at Ready Rolls, and so
Yeah.
that's something that we're doing now.
Yeah, that's huge. Another thing, like that brings up a good point. VAs have been huge help for us.
Yeah.
Like we have them hanging off the ceilings everywhere, doing a little bit of everything.
So much cost these days, you couldn't do these things with how everything's going up.
It's crazy, and it's my GM is loving it because she's been the one that I always like dump all my shit on, but now she has a team that she can dump all her shit on and delegate what she can, and that's been really big. Something big this
Lightning
year,
round.
real quick. Something big this year for us is we got lean at the beginning of this year because we had last year at the end of it. It was like,
Uncertainty.
Like what was going on, and we
Yep.
got. And we are actually like same amount of revenue, but profitability is up 50% year to date.
Jeez, nice.
Yes.
What we got next? Let's keep hitting
It's funny. Yeah, go ahead. I thought you were next with the question. I was
You want me
going
to
back
go?
and forth. Sure.
All right. Biggest rookie mistake.
Thinking I knew it all, man. Just trying to do everything myself without going to like reading any books about moving industry, without like interning anywhere, without freaking going to conferences, without masterminding and meeting the right people. Like just that was the biggest rookie mistake I've made. It cost me 6 years of my life and a lot of pain, aggravation, and gray hair.
What you got, Mark?
One thing you were dead wrong about. What kind of moment? Can't be relational. It has to be about the moving industry.
Yeah, it can be about the moving industry. I mean, relational, I got a lot of those, but I would say one thing I was dead wrong about was keeping the wrong people around just because it was easier at the time, and I was too scared to let them go because, like,
What am I gonna do? Yeah, what am I gonna do tomorrow?
Biggest move if I fire this guy now. And not having a good recruiting process in place. Like now, like I got the pipeline going. You guys want to give me shit? You can hit the road. I got 10 more behind you. We got the best moving company in the area. We pay the highest. We had the.
You want to be here.
401k, dental, vision, life, health.
If you're wanting to better yourself, you want to be over here at Masters. You know?
That's right. So like letting taking my balls out of my employees' hands probably.
Dude, I got a good one. I'll give you 2 minutes on this answer. Because you have a very, very unique one. Funniest move gone wrong story.
We recently hired Ready Rolls to help us with hiring some offshore help, some VAs, and they've done an amazing job. They found the perfect candidate for our company. Not only that, they helped answer the questions that we had about the process. Initially, hiring a VA can be a bit intimidating, but they answered all the questions. It's been an amazing experience. Our VA has been a huge part of our success thus far. We're actually in the process of hiring a few more right now. Definitely see them as being a key part of our growth and reaching our goals in 2025. And another game changer for our company. I'm confident to be a game changer.
Visit ReadyRolls.com. There is now a better way to scale.
We actually were punked by this guy named Ross Creations in Sarasota. And that's all he does. He's a punk guy. A prank. He's very popular. And so he had the idea to have a blind man call in to move all of this stuff. And the guys show up. They have no idea this is happening. I have no idea this is happening. But they show up and they got this blind guy and he's like, hey, I need you to move this couch, this TV, this. And then while they're in there, they're like, there's nothing here.
No, there's nothing there. It's an empty place.
And then some two like guys with ski masks walk out at the next room, like carrying a TV, and they go like to the guys. And my guys are like, what the fuck? And they did this like 4 other moving companies too. And I'm so proud of my guys. Some of the other moving companies were just like, okay, cool, like steal his shit. And my guys were like, dude, I think you're being robbed. Like, there's nothing. Are you okay? Like, we need to call the cops. And, yeah, man. And I never even, my guys came back and like, dude, we just got pranked by Ross Gracious. Like, what the hell? Did you guys?
So you
collect?
didn't know during it? They weren't able to text you or anything during the scenario?
No.
Can we
I was
get
like,
the link? Can we get the link to show? This is amazing. How many views are on that sucker now?
I don't know, but have your VA find that on YouTube.
I will.
I love it. Good delegation. That's some lessons learned right there.
Yeah, the funny part is like, I asked the guys, and the first question was like, did you charge this guy? They're like, no. I'm like, all right, 2-hour minimum. We're charging this guy.
Yeah.
If he can answer our calls, we just build it right to his credit card.
Dude, in that infamous movers group we've talked about on this episode, Chad dropped it. You're not gonna believe what happened to us today.
I love it.
Couldn't believe it. Yeah.
Dude, I will tell you what, I would love that. Like, if I ever, transfer out of the moving industry, I would be a prankster. I would love that job. And I actually think about sometimes using my moving company to do it. Like, freaking starting to our customers with whatever.
And it's hard to get mad at you too. So if you came in with your energy and were like, "I got you," it'd be hard to get mad. You're kind of the perfect guy for that. So.
I'd love to do it.
Did we want to talk about to finish off about a little evaluation, Stephen, or do we?
I think we should have Chad back. If he's,
I think
if
so
he
too.
enjoyed it, I think we should have Chad back another time and talk about
Chad. Do you think you have time so we can
evaluation
talk
process.
about?
What's that, Mark?
Do you think you have time to come back for another episode?
Oh, for sure.
In the couple weeks coming up?
I think
We'll talk about it off grid.
We'll
talk about off grid.
It would be cool to hop off here as soon as because I rented a little cottage on a 1,000-acre cattle farm for me and my girlfriend this weekend, and we're gonna go up there and shower outdoors.
What a way to end it! Movified
there you go.
Wednesday, then going to hit the town, the 1,000-acre
That's right.
cottages.
Doesn't get any better than that. And cutting down
for
trees in the
staycation.
morning and feeding chickens.
Heck yeah, dude.
We'll also share
love
some
it.
romantic photos
That's right.
of Chad's trip on the.
That's right.
We got a lot for the VA to.
Those might be not suitable for children.
Yeah, right. Hey, this has been great, Chad. It's always a pleasure. We love catching up.
Disregard the romantic photos.
That's right.
It's a
I love
family-friendly
you guys,
show.
man. This has been fun. I love both of you. Mark, I love what you're doing with your podcast, man. It's
Thanks, man.
Hardest worker in the room right there.
It's consistent like my partner Wade Swickle's podcast. And
Oh no, don't drop shade on Wade.
we really appreciate it. I love listening to it. I'm at the gym in the morning. Steven, I love you like a brother. You've helped me so many freaking ways, and I can't wait to see you in September. Both of you.
Yeah,
See you
I'm
in
gonna be
September.
nervous. So you're getting.
Right.
I go to Chad right before. He's got to give me the "you got this," and I'll
You got
probably be
some
doing the same.
I don't know if you've tried them. I haven't tried them yet, but I ordered some beta blockers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I've seen them. They've been advertised. So that's
Yeah,
good.
so hit me up. Hit me up.
All right.
Perfect.
All right, cool.
Sounds good.
Thank
All
you for
right.
coming on the
Thanks,
show,
Chad.
Chad.